So immortality, so to finish that as the punctuation mark, is really right here. Oneness, unity. Oneness, unity keeps us from experiencing the sting of death, because we know that we're eternal beings and we are all one. So therefore, that death
There's no death really in that, right?
Yeah. And in fact, you know the scripture where it talks about Yashua being the firstborn from the dead? They translated it that he was the firstborn from the dead. It was supposed to be translated that he was firstborn of the dead.
Mm.
Because we have to die, like we're already dead here. And then we have to find life, but then we have to die again so that we can be released from the matrix in the system of duality, because life and death, again, it's a dual system. So you find life in order for you to die, to be released from the system of duality so you can enter into your immortality and be the firstborn of the dead with Yashua.
Which is that whoever loses his life finds his life. Whoever holds on to his life loses his life.
Exactly.
Which is the cabal holding on to life in a corruptible way, or corrupted way, yeah.
Yes.
Which is losing their life. They're not getting life that way.
And that's what this is telling us right here.
Yeah.
It's
all there.
It's right there.
That's so amazing.
I know.
I had a friend who was really wrestling with, and I haven't shared this with her yet, but she had been such a word person, and then she started having, awakening and seeing that there had been things that had been removed and altered and stuff. And I'm like, you can't alter the letters. Like a single letter will preach the whole message.
Exactly. I'm so glad that you see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can try to corrupt but you can't, because the letters themselves carry the whole message if you know how to.
They do. They do. And so for people who are going through that grieving process, because I had to go through it, I'm a huge word person. And I remember being so disgusted at the Bible, throwing it across the room because I had devoted all my time to it. I mean, it's like my whole life was devoted to it, and I lived by those principles. And then to see that it wasn't so, it's like my whole foundation got shattered. And I'm like, get this away from me. And then I went, oh, wait a minute. It's a good tool.
Yeah.
Because I've got these scriptures up here and in here, so the Spirit can say, hey, go look at this verse.
Yes.
Why don't you go and take a look at it? So it's nothing is used in vain. Nothing is, it's all redeemable. So for people who decide, I don't want to read the Bible anymore, no, use it as a tool. You've already got these words in you. Let's go and look and see what it's really saying. Get excited about it again, because now you have a navigation tool. People that don't have the word at all, they're going to look at these sacred languages and go, why do I need it? Well, exactly. You don't need it. Mm-hmm. You can find everything that you need in here. But for those of us who are raised and programmed into this, the sacred languages help set us free.
Yes. Yeah.
And it'll already validate, if you're going into the deconstruction phase, it's already going to validate that which the Spirit has been revealing to you anyway, but it helps bring more peace. It's like, okay, I can trust that the Spirit is taking me into something new, and it's okay, and the languages are validating it. So, okay, I can just breathe through it and know it's okay, and that I'm not crazy.
Yes.
Doug Wentz, I have an interview with him that's coming up here really soon, and he's talking about what that deconstruction looks like. And so if you get a chance, or even sharing with your friend, although there's some stuff that's talked about that is a little it's stuff that needs to be talked about, but for people that are just coming out of the English narrative, it might be a little over, like a little too much, but I think you will enjoy him. His stuff is so good.
It really is. Yeah. It takes me several reads sometimes. Some of it is like you're saying, I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. But I mean, it's okay though, because it's whatever, I appreciate his willingness to put his path out there.
And he's planting seeds. He's actually acting as a real prophet, because the prophet's role, okay, I'm using that because it's an English word. The prophet's role is to bring in a new paradigm, to help correct the ship. It's like, these are new waters, these are new things that are being presented, and the prophet is always trying to readjust based on what is coming in as a new reality. And generally, they're not popular.
Yeah.
Generally, they are not liked. They get, I mean, just take a look at what happened to a lot of the prophets in the Old Testament. They were killed because what they were bringing in was so counter to the system. That's what happens in a heavy, dominated, masculine energy system. We're going to kill the prophets.
Yeah.
They did.
We don't have to do that anymore.
No. And so now the divine feminine says, listen, because there's a new thing being done.